it's funny when you have people like, if Eddie said that, it's funny that, Eddie and Pa, people that have really not done much in strongman. Pa, firstly, nothing.
Okay. Let's play ball, you big ginger Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So as you can see, Thor put out a little video about me, and Thor, you should know better than that to be calling me out. You should know better, Thor. I know you're a big silly cunt, but even you should have known better than that. To quote a film, and lads, I'm only going to quote the film. I'm just going to quote it, that's all. I'm going to quote actual words from a film. And the words in that film were from a great film called Tropic Thunder.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
And Thor, you just went full retard. There was no need of that. Why? First of all, you said I accomplished nothing. I've 5 times Ireland's Strongest Man. How many times have you won Ireland's Strongest Man? None, you big silly cunt. That's how many. I'm also UK's Strongest Man. How many times have you won UK's Strongest Man? None, you big ginger cunt. How many times have you come 7th at Europe's Strongest Man? Yeah, exactly, Thor. 0, you big ginger fucking crybaby cunt. Thor, I'm not going to go too hard on you today. You know, you have a big competition coming up the weekend. Or not a competition, you have a deadlift event coming up, and I know you're going to watch this. So Thor, I'd just like to wish you all the best. I do, I genuinely wish you all the best. I know you think I'm a cunt, and I am a cunt. I agree with you, Thor. But you're also a cunt. And you're hyped up and hormonal at the minute. You're throwing your ties out of the basket like you did back in 2017 at World's Strongest Man. Just when you feel like the train is kicking in, just try and recognise when that train is doing the talking for you, because currently that's who's talking, and you sound like a little bit of a cunt. Okay? A little bit. Just a tad. Anyway, let's get through to some of the comments from yesterday, who were also massive fucking cunts. Every one of ye can suck my dick. Anyway, let's go. Martha Comber 3188. Nah, that Thor is an actor. Probably had professional training. Seen him on Game of Thrones. He's a masterful in the role. Frankly, I doubt he can lift at all. Okay, so let's quote some of the lines Thor had in Game of Thrones. Masterful. My God, it must have taken him hours to learn them words off. Keith Matthews. Who was a better strongman, Eddie or Thor? Answer that, Pa. You say that as if I'm going to answer it with like a stupid answer. I think everyone knows who is the better strongman here. I mean, you could probably cast that across your social media, and everyone knows who the better strongman is. It's Eddie. We all know Eddie Hall is a better strongman. And I know some people are going to say, oh, you're wrong, Pa. You're wrong. Do you know what you can do with your opinion, right? I want you to scrunch it up nice and small, right, like that. And I have to shove it up your fucking hole. Okay. Do you like my t-shirt, by the way? I think it's fantastic. Jakey4683. No one said the Irish were smart. Oh, Jakey, you're insulting a whole nation now. Remember, this small little country fired you out of this little country. You tried to take over Ireland and we kicked you out. We bait you around the place. We kicked and bait you out of this country. Out of this small country. Using pikes and shovels and sods of turf.
What's that?
A sort of turf?
Wrong. That's a weapon. Fucking deadly. You don't believe me? What is it now?
And if you're not careful, do you know what else we're good at? We're good at car bombs. I'll fucking stick a car bomb under a car. Well, you probably don't even have a car. You're probably a fucking one of these cunts going around on a scooter. I was put off the road there for 2 years. I just had a couple of pints. You know what I mean? I just had a few bevies down the pub. Jumped in my car and drove down the road. and the police caught me. Yeah, because you're a cunt. You're a fucking scooter driving cunt. We're going well now. We're going well now, lads. We're fucking going. See, he started me. Thor started me. Thor started this whole thing. It wasn't me. And then all his little bitchy Thor fans who... Lads, he doesn't even know your fucking name, and you're out here making idiots out of yourselves with all these claims that he's the best strongman ever. Blaze7922. My least favourite thing about Thor is the weird yes men he carries around, and only take his side like the meat rider in the background of this video. Do you know what? I concur. I agree with this. I wouldn't even call those little rejects, the little devil rejects that hangs around him down. I wouldn't even call them yes men. You describe them perfectly. They are meat riders. They take all of his Mickey and swallow it up, and they thank him for it. That's how fucking horny these little fucking cunts are. Oh, he's surrounded by these fucking idiots. Like in 2017. Do you know what? In 2017, right, if he didn't have all these little rejects around him, a world's strongest man, I bet you there would have been no noise. Because if you watch back, when he finished the Viking press, he was happy. He was delighted. He was jumping around. He should be. He got a massive amount of reps. 14. It just wasn't enough to win. Oh well. But he went backstage and all his little fucking minions are surrounding him and talking shit and putting noise in his ear, and that's when he kicked up. Thor, if it's one bit of advice I can give you, right, stop listening to these little rejects because they're filling your head with nonsense. Do you know you should bring me. You should bring me. I'll be in your corner. I'll help you out. I'll try and straighten you. It'll be some fucking job to straighten you, you big cunt, but I'll try. Fucking meat riders. Oh, that's a great word. That's today's... Wednesday's word is meat rider. Get off his cock, you little fucking reject you in that video. I don't know who he was. Never found out his name. Derek Rush. Thor always has to have his little cheerleader cult with him. He can't address anything without Team Thor helping him out. It was the same in 2017 when Eddie won the overhead press. You had 20 guys towards you convincing him that he had been robbed and cheated. And that's exactly what I just said. And that's what I believe would happen. I think Thor wouldn't have done anything or said half this bullshit he went on with, or crying or babbling in his little fucking corner, if he didn't have all the rejects outside of him filling his head with nonsense. Douglas Nisbet. Some undeniable facts. Thor has won over 30 international titles. He has multiple world records. He has had a very long strongman career. He has pulled the heaviest convention deadlift ever. No, he hasn't. Eddie has. There is no governing body in strongman, so there is no such thing as lifts which are official or unofficial. I'd love to know if Pa would tell Thor to calm the fuck down to his face. By God, I would. Not a bother to me. Not a fucking single bother. I'm not afraid of a big 7 foot, 40 stone cunt. Okay, maybe a little bit. Maybe a smidgen, but I'll bring a fucking grenade. See how big he is when he blows up. Gandalf the Orange. Pa, I used to really like your stuff. Here we fucking go, you orange cunt. Especially for calling out people talking shit. But you're going down that route yourself now. I'm sure you'll just call me a cunt. You're a cunt. For saying it as that means you're right, but you're better than this. I'm not. Gandalf the Orange, I'm not. I've said it multiple times in this video or on this YouTube channel. I'm a cunt. True and true. I always was. I always will be. I've no intention of changing. And you're a cunt as well, orange cunt. You're an orange cunt. Mark Reigns. That's what I'm going through you today, but you can't stop me. You can't stop me. George, you are a bunch of fucking Thor meat riders writing in the comments. Fuck you, Pa, you cunt. What did you ever achieve? Shut your hole. You're on your mother's basement sucking her tits. Mark Reigns. Poor Thor. Keeping on about Eddie Hall and the other titles. I can name every World's Strongest Man, but at a push. Name a few winners of Rogue, Strongest Man on Earth, Arnold. As if I was a strongman, I would rather have one World's Strongest Man to my name, as I would be more remembered. That is absolutely correct. No one, like, if you look back in 30 years' time, no one's going to remember the Arnold Classic champion, unless you're a true fan. No one's going to remember the Rogue champion, least of all. The strongest man on earth, I don't think. But so we're always going to remember who won World's Strongest Man 2025. And we're always going to remember who won World's Strongest Man 2024. No one gives a fuck about Rogue Invitation. It's great money though, and I love what Rogue are doing. Don't get me wrong now, lads. I love what Rogue are doing. They're paying strongmen heavy money, and it's one of the things World's Strongest Men aren't doing. Because it's not live, and they have issues, okay? They have issues. Do you know what? Do you know what? It's like that lovely person down the street, do you know? They're a lovely person. They just have fucking issues. And they can't straighten themselves. Do you know? There's an issue there with them. I think if they just fucking... If we were here trying to straighten the issues of World's Strongest Man, we'd be here for a fucking week. But I love it. It's good crack though. I love it. Frederick Kapp. If you look at the stats, Thor has more wins than Eddie, international and national. Eddie only beat Thor by 1 point in 2017. That's all you need to win. 1 point. It can be a half point. We saw Paddy fucking Haynes the weekend winning England's Strongest Man by half a point. It doesn't fucking matter. A win is a win. No one's ever going to say, except for you cunt, Eddie won in 27 but only 1 point. No one gives a fuck about the bridge or the gap. No one. None. Shut your mouth, you cunt. And Thor won by 5.5 points or better. I give Eddie credit. He is a static monster. On any given day with different events each time, Thor beats Eddie. And to add to that, since retiring, Eddie has done nothing for the sport. He does different things like interviews and commentating, but only for the money. Well, what do you want him to do? To do it for free? Like, how do you pay for a bill when you work for free, you silly cunt? Look at his channel. Almost nothing about strongman and all about himself. My God, I can't believe he's looking after himself after winning World's Strongest Man. And you said there, Eddie has done nothing for the sport. Eddie is probably one of the guys out of all the strongmen ever that has done the most for strongmen. He has promoted strongmen so much. And like, that's not me meat riding Eddie or fucking whatever you cunts want to call me. Eddie has done more for the sport between his documentary. Do you remember that documentary he did a couple of years ago? That brought so many new eyes to the strongman. His YouTube channel brings eyes to strongman because he covers World's Strongest Man on his YouTube channel. He's often pushed competitions through his Instagram channel. Eddie would be, do you know, if you were to grade everyone on who's done the most for the sport, it would be Eddie. Well, it would be between Eddie and Thor, in my opinion. But Eddie is right up there with what he has done for the sport in regards to bringing new eyes to the sport. Frederick, do you know what? You did leave a nicer comment after that, so I'm not going to go too hard on you, Frederick, but you know what? You're a little bit of a cunt. Anyway, lads, that is all I have time for today. I'd love to stay and chat to you. But you know what? The most of my subscribers, although maybe it isn't, because I know a lot of people that watch this channel don't subscribe. Why aren't you subscribing? You're a hating cunt, that's why. You're hating. Anyway, Thor, I do hope you do really well the weekend. I hope you pull 5 of 5. I hope you come away injury free. I genuinely believe you could probably pull, if pushed, 520 kilograms. I do believe that. I hope you don't get injured. I hope you come away nice and fresh and you get your record. But Thor, do me a favour, stop being a cunt, a little whiny cunt talking about in the past. That's my job. That's my job, okay? You don't need all this rubbish. You big, silly ginger cunt. Good day to you.